Welcome back to the Oddity Shop, the podcast where we tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the globe. I am your curator, Zachary, sitting here with the other fantastic curator, Kara. Hi.
Hi, I thought you were going to say Carrie. You haven't said that in a while.
I know. I thought about it, actually, though. Get out of my head.
Oh, wow.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm great. How are you? You're not great.
I am sicker than a dog.
Sticky sick.
But you know what? We gotta get back to recording. We're gonna make it work. So, if Kara makes me laugh in this video, I am going to
be wheezing.
Devolve into wheezing. But I got my hot tea. We're gonna make it through it.
Don't mute yourself because we all want to hear your wheezing laugh.
No, nobody's gonna, because it's gonna be 2 seconds of wheezing laugh and then 30 seconds of coughing. I know.
Let us get the wheezing laugh at least. Where does sick as a dog come from? Did we cover that in that episode? I know we didn't.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either, but that just made me think.
I don't know.
Anyway, we'll get back to you later. If you stick to the end of the episode, we'll have the answer. How about that?
Okay. Oh God, now we have to remember.
I just have a couple things. Or do you have anything?
Okay. No, start. I mean, okay. I do, but I'll let you go first.
So we are coming back from holidays.
Beauty.
That's so rude in both levels.
We're coming back from the holidays.
And I just want to thank Joe and Melinda because they sent, I don't know what your package was, but my package was so lovely.
Mine was really similar.
Okay. I got like just a little holiday little care package, but I got a little emotional support Mothman. And then I got my Fresno Nightcrawler little guy, which I have one, but this one's even littler and it's so cute. And then I got a bracelet.
Yeah, I got the bracelet that, remember they were going to make for me because they didn't have in my size. So they added the beads on there.
I think there might have been something else in there, but
some stickers and stuff. Yeah.
I just love them and I want to appreciate them. And I want you guys to give them some business and some love if you're looking for.
And we're still running their ad too.
Yeah. So they're just such great people. And that's why we're running the ad for so long because we love and adore them. And that made me so happy that I started tearing up when I opened it. Aww. It was great.
Yeah, it was very nice. I was jealous that you got one and then I got home and had one on my door too. So,
well, at first I kind of thought it was because I'm going through a lot of health stuff and they keep checking in on me. So that's kind of what I thought it was. And then when you got one, I was like, oh, that's so kind. And then speaking of just like quick little health update, technically today is January 5th. And I think this is my surgery day, unless I said February, didn't I?
You said January.
Oh, I meant February. I literally looked at my notebook that says February. February 5th, which is supposed to be my surgery date unless it gets moved again. So if that's the case, I'll be getting all my organs removed.
Send her a little message today.
I wish we had a P.O. box because I'd love to get like fun little letters. But speaking though of just like people checking in, shout out to Julie. I don't know if she listens. She is an investigator at Eloise. And she's just been messaging me and just like checking in on me and like just such a sweet soul. And so those are my little thank yous and updates. What do you have for us?
I have a little thank you and an update for you for the Christmas gifts you got me because you got me that chicken shredder and I used that to make chicken noodle soup this week because I needed my voice is already going. And I tell you what, that thing is freaking amazing.
I told you. Now, did you use the acupuncture mat? Because you're not feeling well and you really should be doing
I have been using it actually because I can't do my usual yoga because I'm so stuffed up. So instead of doing yoga, I've been laying on that for 10 minutes a day.
Perfect.
I know. Look at you. And I finally got your Christmas gift. It showed up.
I didn't get a Christmas gift from you. I got a lot.
You got one.
Just kidding. I just didn't get it.
You just didn't get it.
I got so much from your parental units and then your mom messaged me and was like, you have one more coming. I was like, no, enough. Because I was like, thank you so much. She's like, no, there's one more. And there's nothing you could do about it. Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you.
The other thing I have to talk about.
Okay. This is serious.
Oh no, it's just become my entire personality.
Your face looked so serious.
I am so sorry if you have been scrolling on our TikTok because our entire TikTok feed.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I never do. But okay, why? What is it?
It is all heated rivalry. I know when this episode comes out, we're probably behind the trend, but that show. Oh, it's a show? My God. It's a book. It's a gay hockey smut book.
Oh, is it
that they made into a 6-part
show? And you and Julie are watching it, right?
Yes.
Did she read the book?
No, not yet. I tried to listen to the audiobook and it's graphic.
Who listened to that book? Oh, Morgan from Two Hot Takes was talking about that book a long time ago. Okay.
It's definitely smutty TV, right? And the first couple episodes, I'm like, I didn't think I'd be. It was a little over the top. It evolves into some of the best TV I have seen in a while. Like the best love stories. Oh my God, I am obsessed with it.
I'm sorry, is it reality?
Is obsessed with it. No, it's a book.
No, right? I know.
So it's a fake story.
Oh, so the show's not a reality show. For some reason, I thought it was a reality show.
No. It's a gay hockey love story.
Okay. I don't know why I thought
worth a watch.
I don't know why I thought the book was like the book, but then they did like I don't know why I thought it was like a reality TV spinoff. Okay.
We literally spent almost an entire day of our vacation in Savannah at the Airbnb binging it. We're like, we'd finished an episode and we were like, do you want to go out? No. Do you? No. Well, let's watch another episode. It's so good. If you guys have not watched
it, that's what a vacation is supposed to be, though. Just relaxing and just like whatever.
Then if you do watch it, the best part about after you watch it is this podcast called The Empty Netters, which are ex-hockey players who have a podcast, straight dudes who then watch the show and become obsessed with it and break down every episode. Even better.
Oh, okay. So I will never watch that or listen to that, but I'm sure there are listeners that will. There is a podcast, though, that I told you about. That I binged.
I've been meaning to listen to it, and you reminded me. So I need to get on it.
Beth's Dead. And if you guys are familiar with Armchair Expert, which I used to be obsessed with, Monica Padman is on. She helps produce that. She produces podcasts. It is really good. It is wild. It's crazy. And I'm waiting for you to listen to it. It's only 10 episodes. I'm waiting for you to listen to it because I am not satisfied with the end. And I can't tell you now because
I will listen because I need a new podcast to listen to.
It's really good. I binged it in a day and a half because I just was cleaning and I couldn't stop listening to it because I was so hooked. And it's a true story. So it's like a good true crimey,
I'll have to check it out.
It's not true crime. Let me take that back. There's no really crime aside from catfishing.
Okay.
But that's a crime.
Well, that's still a crime.
Okay. But there's no murder or anything. Okay.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah, we've gabbed. Do you have a story for me? I hope you have a story. Do you have a question?
We haven't been here in a while is what I was going to say, so we can gab.
I know, we got to dust the cobwebs off the shop. What's your question?
Okay, if you were wronged.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if you were wrong. Bitch, I'm never wrong.
If you were wronged and then also dead, would you help solve the issue or would you just haunt and mess with those that wronged you?
I'd like to say I'd solve it, but
You're
petty. So I'm gonna haunt.
Okay. Is there a reality you think you could do both?
Ooh, like a sassy what are those people called who investigate things?
What? Sleuth?
What was detective? A detective, like a petty detective from beyond the grave.
What are those people that investigate things? Detective is not where I thought we were going. You poor baby are so sick.
I'm doing my best. I got my tea. Okay.
So when people hear, most of the time, when people hear the word ghost, they kind of usually picture something sad, right? Not you and I necessarily, or our listeners, but a lot of times when you think of ghost, you think of sad or a spirit that's wandering around, confused, stuck, all those, crap. Okay. But when we hear vengeful ghost, that's a whole different thing, right? So those aren't necessarily spirits that stayed behind because they didn't know that they were dead. They stayed because something really wronged them, right? Something happened to them and they're kind of still here, right? That's kind of how we think of it.
And they're obviously a demon.
Okay, Zach Baggins.
Scratch me,
I was going to say, okay, Zach, but then I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, it would make sense, but it wouldn't.
I had to add the last name. All right. So, anyway. So we're talking they were betrayed, abused, murdered, or some kind of injustice, right? And then there was no we haven't recorded in a while. There was no accountability. Don't try to do that because your voice is already gone. And because of that, they're angry, obviously, and they're not usually subtly angry. They're they don't just float around making noises. They actually act. They're usually tied to like one specific place where the trauma happened or like anyone that was connected to it.
Okay.
And something that just like, you know, like, or sometimes just anyone like who shows up, they can end up dealing with this, right? So like vengeful spirits sometimes are kind of like, let's say chaotic.
Yeah. They're just angry at everyone.
Sometimes we're not like being vengeful to the person that necessarily should be.
Like an angsty teenager just mad at the world.
Everybody wronged them. That's a really great point. Or not point. What's the word?
Point works. Example.
Yeah. Comparison.
Cool.
Example.
Move on.
Wow. We haven't been here in a while. Love y'all. Hopefully you're not new. So in stories and folklore, these hauntings usually escalate. You know, objects move, people get hurt, blah, blah, blah. Activity keeps getting worse until like the truth comes out or someone like admits to what they did or, you know, somebody finally like says what happened. You know what I mean?
I feel like you're just giving us the plot to Casper.
Oh, what happened to Casper? I don't remember.
It was something with like the machine and like.
Oh, yeah. Was it his dad?
Yeah.
Made the machine. I totally forgot about that. Oh, no.
We got to stop.
Okay. So basically, it's like the ghost is forcing the world to acknowledge what happened. Okay. Honestly, vengeful ghosts feel like less like monsters and more like consequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that you don't get to hurt somebody and just kind of walk away, not even after death, like it doesn't let you off the hook. That's kind of the whole premise. Cool. We got it. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. So when we talk about vengeful ghosts in general, we're usually talking about spirits that stick around because something like we just talked about, like horribly went wrong and the anger fuels it and blah, blah, blah. But what I love, and honestly, what's more unsettling is how Japanese folklore actually breaks down the idea a little bit further. So in Japanese ghost lore, not every ghost is vengeful, which we kind of have that same thing, but there's a clear line between spirits that are just stuck and spirits that are actively dangerous. So this is one that people kind of mix up. And I understand it. I get why. So there are two different things
I've heard about this at like a base level, but I'm excited for you to dive in because I've never fully understood it, but I know about how like they dichotomize it.
Okay. And Onryo is a type of Yurei, but not all Yurei, I think it's Yurei, are Onryo. Okay. So the difference is that, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing these all correct because I studied it a really long time. A Yurei is basically the umbrella term. So it means a human ghost.
Gotcha.
We could just say ghost, right? Someone who died and didn't move on because something was like unfinished. So this could be grief, love, guilt, fear, confusion, not necessarily anger though. So a lot of Yurei are sad, some are lost, some don't even realize they're dead. So kind of just like what we talk about our basic like quote unquote ghosts, right?
Yeah.
So they haunt places or people because they're stuck, not because they're trying to hurt anyone. And Onryo, though, that is a Yurei that's kind of snapped.
Okay. So
in Onryo are created by intense emotional trauma, usually betrayal, humiliation, abuse, or murder. So they're kind of like our vengeful spirit.
Right.
If that makes sense.
And they're kind of like, I might be getting ahead of it, but they're like kind of stuck to the earth, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of like fueled by rage. So they don't really linger quietly. They kind of act. Though. So they do curse, they destroy. The thing about them is that they don't always target just one person that wronged them. Sometimes the punishment spreads to anybody that's nearby. So it's a little scary. So this is kind of where Japanese ghost stories get really dark. So an Onryo isn't looking for peace. They're looking for balance through suffering. Their anger is so strong that it physically affects the world around them. So sickness, madness, death, curses, and it ripples outward. So yeah, they're kind of like you said that. Yeah. So if a Yurei feels like an unresolved sadness, and Onryo feels like unresolved injustice.
Okay.
Honestly, that's why Onryo are like so terrifying, because they're not misunderstood spirits. They're the embodiment of what happens when somebody is pushed too far and never given justice.
So when you say the embodiment, that's the better way I'm trying to say of like stuck to the earth. Is it the actual spirit or is it more the emotion that was left behind that like...
That's a good question. I guess that would be both. So like I do have like a general like, I'll give you like a quick like break like difference.
Yeah.
So the Yurei is a general human ghost, right? So they're motivated by grief, love, fear, confusion. They can be peaceful, sad, or like eerie, and they haunt because they're stuck.
Okay.
And Onryo is a vengeful type. So they're motivated by rage, betrayal, or injustice. They're actively harmful and they haunt to punish. So I guess it could be both.
Because I've kind of thought about it as like, it's like more the less of a human spirit, but more
but
just
they're
like
still
the
technically a human spirit, but
okay,
they're
gotcha.
just... Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like San to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings, so she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/mysticmoonsllc.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye. Their motivation to still be here is that they're not stuck. They're like trying to punish.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. And this brings us to Kara's movie recap. We haven't had one of these in a while.
No, we haven't in a long time.
Do you know what movie we might be deep diving into? We're not really deep diving. The Ring.
Nice. I have not watched this movie since I was a kid.
I
will say though, what always gets me about The Ring, I always think of a Scary Movie, and it is such a horribly racist scene by Anna Faris and the little kid. I'm not going to quote any of it because...
Wait, that's The Grudge.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is. It is The Grudge. It is The Grudge. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, that's The Grudge. Because he goes...
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's The Grudge.
Okay. But you know the scene I'm talking about. It's hilarious. It would never be able to be done today.
No, that's why I was like, wait. It was a little boy, and that's what made me think it's The Grudge. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, The Ring is the Samara, right?
Yes. So The Ring messed me up in kind of a specific way, if you will, because for those that have not watched, or if you have, here's a recap because you probably haven't seen it in a minute. It's not like a jump scare movie, right? It's kind of slow, creeping. You can't undo this kind of horror. Like it's just, right? So the whole thing starts with this videotape. You watch it. The phone rings and someone just calmly tells you 7 days. No instructions, no warnings, just a countdown. What the hell would you do if you got that call?
I mean, let's be honest. There's so many spam phone calls right now. I would probably have hung up before they even got to 7 days.
That's true. Okay. So anyway, that alone though is terrifying because there's nothing you can do. You're like, what the hell? 7 days. And you can't stop it. What makes it worse is like how casual it kind of is, right? Like you don't have to summon anything. You don't have to be looking for trouble. You just watch a tape. That's it. And curiosity basically kills you. So then there's Samara. And she's not your typical creepy kid ghost, right? She's not confused. She's not asking for help.
She's not like the other girls.
She's not like the other girls, girl. She knows exactly what she's doing. So Samara was abused, isolated, and eventually murdered by the people who were supposed to protect her. And she was thrown into a well and left there.
Can you imagine?
Right? And not like immediately. She survived for days down there. Can you guess how many?
7.
Alone in the dark. What?
About 6, 7?
I hate you.
I hate me too. Don't worry.
Okay. So obviously she's angry, and honestly, like, I don't fucking blame her. So this videotape itself is basically her trauma scrambled into images. And none of it makes sense when you first see it, but every single thing on that tape comes from her life or her death. Mm-hmm. It's just like,
I just remember the hair brushing and the electrodes.
Oh yeah, I forgot the hair brushing, but yeah, the hair's okay. So basically watching it is letting her pain into your head. Okay. And so you don't just see it, it attaches to you kind of premise. And the part I think that makes The Ring so messed up is like, you don't beat her.
No, like, it's Final Destination-y. There's not a whole lot.
There's no fixing it. There's no like, we gave her a proper burial, so now she's at peace. The only way to survive is to make a copy of the tape and show it to somebody else. So basically you're sacrificing them to save you. So you don't really end the curse, you pass it on, and survival means sacrificing, like I just said, someone else. And Samara doesn't really want closure, though, that she wants witnesses. She wants everyone to know what happened to her. And she
wants everyone to feel her pain.
Well, yeah. And once you know, you're part of it. And so the curse doesn't end. It just keeps spreading. If you're unaware of this movie, though, like it is actually based on the original Japanese film, Ringu, which was actually a book first, which I didn't know that.
I knew it was a Japanese film. I knew
that, but I didn't know it was a book. And I think it's a couple part series. Side by side, there are some differences between the two.
Between the films or the book and the film? The
films. I didn't really get into the books, but because between the films. So kind of the tone of both. So Ringu is like subtle, it's restrained, it's just deeply upsetting, whatever. The Ring is kind of like louder, darker visuals and more overt feel. And I'm going to be honest, I did not watch Ringo. I just kind of looked up what the differences were. And Japanese horror films, though, are like gnarly, usually gnarly. Like I know some hardcore like horror film connoisseurs, if you will, and they're like, oh, Japanese horror films are nothing compared to ours. Like they are brutal. Anyway, so the ghost in Ringu is, I think it's Sadoko, whatever. So she's more like a supernatural force than a vengeful child, where Samara fears more like emotionally driven and anger. So the backstory of the difference, we kind of know, I kind of said Samara is like curse, is more about abuse, isolation, and trauma, where in the original, the curse is tied to psychic powers and rage, which kind of gives me like Carrie vibes.
Yeah.
The tape in The Ring feels like a message, where in the original, it's more of like a contingent, like you know what I mean? Like it's not, so it's a little bit different.
What do you said it's like a what?
A contingent, like a contingency.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you watch this, it's contingent on you watching this and something else happens. Yeah. Does that make sense? And then like the scare style, like I kind of said, like The Ring, it's like, it has like those iconic visuals, like those bigger scares, where in the original, it's more of like a real slow burn and it's minimal jumps. But sometimes that's scarier. Do you know what I mean? Like that creepy, like
when you can build a good horror film without the use of jumps. Yes. To me, that's always a sign of like a really good filmmaker, that you're not relying on that really visceral reaction. You're really like getting mentally in there.
Yeah.
Screwing with your brains.
So now this brings us to what I want to talk about, which is the Japanese legend that inspired the original book and the original movie. And this is kind of what got me on this spiral, is because I read this and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. So I kind of wrote this as a story for you, Zachary.
Ooh.
Okay. So our tale takes place in Western Japan in Himeji Castle, and it stands high atop a mountain, and it was built somewhere between 1333 and 1346 for the Lord of Henji. Okiku lived a quiet life. She was a servant in a samurai household for samurai. I forgot to look this up, but I think it's Anyomama. Nope. Aoyama. Aoyama Tessen. Aoyama.
That sounds better than On Your Mama.
That's not what I meant to say. Sorry, y'all. Aoyama Tessen. Okay. So Okiku was trusted with work that required care and precision. So among her duties was guarding a set of 10 priceless porcelain plates. These weren't just dishes. They were symbols of status, wealth, and control. Losing even one of them was unthinkable.
Oh, I would be way too clumsy for this job.
How do you feel already right now in our little
Way
tale?
too clumsy for this job.
Well, you don't have to they're just displayed. You just have to make sure that they stay displayed and they don't break.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Okay. So every day, Okiku counted them. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. Every day, the count was right. Until one night, it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
One plate was missing. No one knows what truly happened to it. Some versions say it was broken by accident. Others say it was stolen. And some say it was hidden on purpose. A trap meant for her from the start. What matters is that when the plates were counted again, there were only 9. And Okiku was blamed. She begged.
She's going to get fired.
She cried. She insisted she hadn't done it. No one listened. Instead, she was accused of negligence, of dishonor, crimes that, in that world, were worse than death. She was interrogated, threatened, and punished over and over, pushed to confess to something she didn't do. Each time she denied it, the punishment grew worse. And eventually, the accusation stopped because Okiku did. In most versions of the story, she was thrown into a well.
Hey, that's familiar.
Not executed. Not executed. Not spared. Just cast aside like the missing plate itself. The darkness closes in. The stone walls swallowed her voice. And she dies alone at the bottom. Her last moments filled with fear, confusion, and the knowledge that no one believed her. But death doesn't end her story.
That seems like a harsh punishment for a plate.
Well, remember, these plates were not just plates. They were like the highest honor. Like her sole job was just to make sure these plates were guarded. I think it's crazy as fuck, but
I would have been thrown in a well like 18 times in my life for plates.
So afterward, people began to hear something at night. A soft voice drifting up from the well, counting 1, 2, 3. The voice continues calm at first, steady, until it reaches 9. And then there's a pause, a realization the 10th plate is still missing. That's when the screams come.
Good Lord.
A sound so full of grief and terror that it freezes anyone who hears it. And then silence until the next night, and the next, and the next. Okiku's ghost doesn't wander the hall seeking revenge. She doesn't attack. She doesn't curse the living. She counts over and over and over. She is trapped in the moment where everything fell apart, reliving the accusation, the fear, the injustice. Her haunting isn't about punishment. It's about repetition, about being able to move past the worst thing that ever happened to her. And the well-tied her legend still exists today, and most famously at Himeji Castle. People still visit it, still whisper about her, still lower their voices when they talk about the plates. Because Okiku's ghost isn't loud horror. It's the kind that reminds you how easily someone can be blamed and how quickly a voice can be ignored and how injustice doesn't always end when a life does. Dun, dun, dun.
So, is this a real castle, real place, real story? Yes, or is 100%. This lore? Oh, okay.
Well, the castle's real. So Himeji Castle's real. You could still go, and you can still go to the well. You can actually go to that well.
Okay.
Okiku is technically a legend, but I think it's real. I really do. So there are a couple different variations of this, and they all kind of end, though, in the same way. But the one that was pretty prominent is that samurai that she worked for, he was actually in love with her, even though he was married. And so they kind of were having like this affair. And she had eventually been like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And he's the one that stole the plate.
Okay.
And that to me makes the most sense because these displayed plates don't just go. And that's why it was like like one of the things is like kind of it was like purposely removed. So this little asshole removed it purposely so that he could punish her for not wanting to continue on with their affair, which sounds pretty...
Yeah, but at least he had to listen to her screaming every night after that.
Right. So some people say that though that is truthful. People still say that if you go to the well, you can hear that. There are some accounts though that people say that you walk through the castle and you can hear counting. So that's kind of creepy. Like you walk through the castle and you're just like hearing 1, 2, 3. And you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear screams. So it's just like, I read that story and that's what kind of got me down this. So this is not really a long episode because that's kind of it. But it is one of those interesting things because she's not a vengeful ghost. She's not a, Onryo. She's not. But the movie depicted her as like this like wild, like...
Makes her into like way more of a monster than...
Yeah, and she's not. Yeah. She's just still in death, so confused because she took such pride in her job. She worked really hard to get there and she took pride in this job. And she was so, immaculate in making sure everything was good with these plates and counting them every day and like making sure everything was good. And then one day one was gone and like nobody believed her. Well, that makes sense because, she was a woman.
Right.
So
women can't be trusted. Obviously.
No, they can't. So
That's a joke.
I knew it was, but some of us might not. But I just thought it was interesting how we came from the ring, then the original ring, but they're still both just very, you get where it comes from, right? Like 7 days, 10.
Yeah, you can see the similarities, and it's interesting. It kind of does the same thing that like a lot of horror movies that are based on something true, right? Especially ones that are adapted from other films. It's like a game of telephone where it slowly gets worse and worse.
Well, and yes.
And you have to do it. There's got to be the entertainment. It's got to have the fear factor to it for sure.
It's just like what we always talk about the ghost shows. Like we have to give you more entertainment. Like otherwise you wouldn't watch.
I just never knew that it was I knew it was based on a Japanese film. I didn't know it was based on a real legend, that's interesting.
Yes, and I wish I thought I put the books in. I can't remember where the books are. I want to say that there's like 3 books. But they did start with books, which I thought was interesting, too. I didn't know that.
Did you ever watch the sequels to The Ring?
I think I might have watched the second one. I could not tell you what the hell happened.
I remember it just being absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Because it was just called The Ring 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like The Ring 2, like a title after it, but no. So I do really, though, quickly want to shout out a podcast called Twisted Tales, and it's by Heidi Wong. And when I was deep diving into the story of Okiku, her podcast popped up. And I've listened to quite a few episodes. So what she does is she actually does exactly this. And she did an episode on this. So she does movies and what inspired them. They're quicker episodes, like sometimes only like 24, 25 minutes, something like that. But it's cool because if you're into horror movies, which I'm not that much into horror movies, but it's cool because if you listen to it, she kind of gives you a quick debrief on the horror movie and then actually what inspired it and like the true legends behind it. And so that's kind of like, I listened to it and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. So shout out to her. It's a good.
I'll have to check that out. I do like those, like to hear the legend behind something and hear just how much it got twisted for film, like The Conjuring.
Yeah. And they're not, I think she did do The Conjuring.
I can't imagine you would have a podcast like that and not touch on that one. Or, I mean, that whole universe of movies.
Yeah, I mean, her episodes are literally mostly like less than 30 minutes. Some go a little bit longer. What's kind of cool is a lot of times she does like 2 movies in one. And she does like quick blurps on both. So it's just like quick content, but she's really good at what she talks about. I really, really like it. I've listened to a bunch of episodes of movies I've never even watched just because I really enjoy it.
Any good recommendations for movies that you want to watch now?
Oh, no, I can't think of. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of a shorter one.
Now to get I'm thinking of a scary movie. Cindy, a little white girl fell in the well.
Yes.
The TV's leaking.
Oh my God. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I just didn't know there was books and I didn't know the legend and the lore behind it. And I do think I want to deep dive more into Japanese like urban legends and things like that because I think they have some gnarly, like really cool stuff.
They have some really dark. I mean, because I started to learn about the difference between like their spirits when I don't think we covered it, but we've talked about it a little bit before. It was the suicide forest and some of the stuff around there.
Wait, didn't we cover that? Didn't you cover that?
I think we talked about it during Hoyabachu.
That's right, because we said we wanted to cover it, but it's just so dark. Yeah. You're right.
There's some really interesting stuff about the tsunami and the power plant.
Yes. Okay.
We should do a whole like Japanese month.
We should do a month for each.
Well, maybe that's what we'll do this year. Is like, did we just come up with a plan for the year?
Well, I don't know if we should do that for the year, but it would be really cool if we honored like a lot of cultures and Patreon and did cool Patreon.
Oh,
episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be fun.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm down. Okay.
All right. Well, that's really all I have. What?
The phrase, sick as a dog, I've remembered.
Thank you.
Comes from the 1700s, reflecting a time when dogs lived in poor conditions, were often disease-ridden and generally seen as lowly, making them a fitting comparison for extreme sickness, especially nausea or stomach issues.
That makes sense. Now dogs live better than all of us.
As they should.
Well, thank you for remembering that, Zachary. I'm surprised. I was going to write it down, but I thought I would remember, and I did not remember.
Well, listen, I can't forget how sick I am right now, so it was top of mind.
Top of my mind. All right, little lovely oddballs. Thank you so much for enduring another January of missing us, but not really missing us.
Send your stories. Send Kara little love messages for her surgery.
Please, please, please.
What else do we usually ask people to do? Follow us on social media, tell all your friends about us, and
we really need reviews.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Anywhere that you listen, we have not gotten reviews in a long time, and I know that we have more than like 34 listeners. So if you listen, can you please go wherever you listen? Please, please, please rate and review. It really does help us. It puts us up there, and that is one of the things that is kind of like, I don't want to be a brat, but it's kind of holding us back. Like it really does. Like that's what kind of like gets the podcast going and keeps us going is those reviews. And we really could use a lot more. So even if you have to like just tell somebody, just kidding. I want them to listen and love us. But yes, I really, really, that's what I want. That is my, please, I beg for the 2026 is like rate and review. Anyway, Perfect. That's really all I have for you. I thank you guys so much for still being here.
The emoji for this episode is probably a ring.
Oh, yes, it should be a ring.
Okay.
Or a well. Isn't there a well? Ring and a well.
Ring or a well.
Ring and a well. Do both.
All right. Let's close the shop up.
You owe me a soda. Yes, let's close it up. We love you. We appreciate you. The most important thing that you can do for us is to creep it real, my little oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.